This is my regular waste bin. Simple, functional, efficient for what its grand purpose of holding trash is, and as you can see, this one is dedicated to 3D prints, while this is a modded contraption that can go nom like Jeff the Lancer. I mean, an automatic smart waste bin with capacity measurement and IoT data logging, including report notification when it's full. What's the difference between the two, one may ask? I mean, you can see with all their dead parts, but what does it mean to make something smart? Why even make something quote-unquote dumb smart? Well, I got baited into a challenge where I had to build a modded smart waste bin in under a day or two. And in this video, I'll go over how I designed and implemented a simple prototype fashioned with parts I had laying around. Diving straight in, here are the requirements. 1. The bin needed to automatically open and close when somebody comes in range. 2. It needed to still be capable of being opened and closed by hand. 3. It needed to measure and calculate the bin capacity and send state data periodically to an IoT app. 4. A quality of life feature being automatic height capacity calibration on startup, so it can fit different bins of different depths. 5. A simple email/mobile notification once it's full, which in this case was once it's over 85% capacity. The key rule: no buying of components outside what I already had at my disposal. I have drawers full of stuff, and a 1 to 2 day deadline. With our limitations and scope set, let's get straight to it. Giving the bin a mouth, lid. Now, in order to have a bin open and close on its own, it needs an actuator, that is, a source of motion, and because this isn't some advanced robot, throw away pneumatics and expensive motors, cycloidal drives, stuff you see in advanced robots. Now, abiding by the key rule of being a cheapskate, I had this old high-torque servo motor that was faulty in a previous project, but fitted this project perfectly. With a motor harvested from a previous project,
nice.
I needed to design how it would move the lid mechanically, and I needed it to be straight, dumb, and simple. And you'll see what I designed in a few moments. The next thing I did was to measure the waste bin best I could and design it in Fusion 360 with minimal detail, and then use the said model to design a suitable lid with hinges, including mounting brackets and screw holes. One might ask, why model the bin first? Well, for dimensional accuracy, I wasn't going to go through a longer process of a section bin design when I can just loft to 2 parameters. Really that easy. The lid was designed to be 3D printed solid and the hinges in parts. Future me here saying this. Yeah, this was a bad design for assembly, but who cares? Sticking with my dead simple protocol for actuation, I designed it to have the motor move the lever and push the lid up. Now, if you look at this design for more than a few seconds, you realize it has no constraints, and once the lid goes past the midpoint, it falls over to the other side. So I intended to design a slide with a constraining line path for it. But guess what happened? Of all the times during a challenge, my 3D printer broke down. And it wasn't some quick nozzle clogging repair. It was a whole strip thread on the aluminum block, or aluminum block, whichever one you want. And there were no replacement parts available locally, meaning I had to go to an engineer's best and worst friend, AliExpress. Well, I do have an update on a much newer machine which I use all my savings to get real soon. Let's focus on fixing this one. And if you want to support me, please subscribe, leave a like, and maybe turn on notifications. 83.5% of my viewers don't subscribe, so please come on, just us. Now, by the time the printer broke down, I had only printed the lid and hinge mechanism, leaving me to use old 3D printed scraps I had laying around to make a spot to attach the motor and lever. Because of my bad printer, I couldn't make the sliding constraint part I wanted to. So to solve the lid falling over issue, keeping it simple once again, I added a rope which was made from a bunch of threads to make sure the lid never falls back and can't return without the lever.
And modern problems require modern solutions.
With the actuation system solved, that ticks off requirements 1 and 2, because yes, it can also be opened manually once it's off. IoT integration. In order to get the bin capacity, we need to actually measure the height of the bin, and to do that, I mounted an ultrasonic sensor, wrote some simple test code, and got the height measurement going. Once that was done, it was smooth sailing from there. I wired up an IR sensor to detect presence in front of the bin, and then I combined the code for control and tested it. After that, I did some mounting of all the components. One thing about prototype circuits is all the wires and roughness. It's clearly unprofessional. So to make things more compact, I soldered everything onto some Vero boards, adding all the required terminals, 18650 battery cases, TP4056 module, and others. And no, my soldering iron didn't randomly spoil, so this went as planned. After running a few tests, I used some hot glue to neaten up the wiring because of it's simple and effective. Now to fast forward about 2 weeks after, I got a replacement part for my printer, and if you want to see how that fix went, I made a shot on it. But for this video, I fixed it and went back to make a proper case for it using clear acrylic. So I designed the body for the case, printed it out, cut some transparent acrylic after doing my measurements of course, and glued it all together while making holes for mounting. Now without further ado, I present to you the final build and a demo of the not so dumb waste bin. The main circuit hub is supposed to be mounted to the back, but I left it flexible to show you guys. Flip the switch to put it on. It auto calibrates, opens and closes the lid, and it measures the depth to calibrate the capacity calculation. Next, to connect to the IoT app. You set up the Wi-Fi credentials. It's static because I'm lazy, and once you've logged into the Blynk IoT app, you can see where it's at. For starters, it's at 0%. I then trigger the bin to open, put in some trash, wait for it to close, and you can see the app updates its percentage capacity in real time. If you enjoyed the video, I really appreciate a like and comment, and if you would want to build something simple like this not so dumb waste bin, follow along as I do plan on releasing the files if this video gets enough traction. Unlike my other videos where I actually release the files on release date of this video, I am not sure I have the files in the right format and in the right order, so it will take some work. But if there's enough comments to get the files, I would put them out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, build cool shit and God bless.